Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. Today I'm going to be doing a TMI girl chat. Anybody that gets a little bit uncomfortable talking about girly stuff, maybe just click off this video because I don't know, I'm not going to hold back. We're going to go right into depth. We're going to go into every different type of question. Why not? Just imagine I'm your big sister today. This is like for girls only. I'm looking at my sister's dogs today and genuinely they are the most attention-seeking dogs you will ever meet. I literally have my things out and they literally just like keep taking things and hiding it, and I'm like, where's my stuff gone? I'm gonna be getting ready while doing this just for like, you know, I wanted to get ready for the day but also want to film YouTube videos so I can combine two. Herbalicious, you want to say hello to the video? Hello Herbie. He literally loves cuddles. I'm gonna start with my makeup before my hair. I literally have nothing to get ready for, but at the same time it's nice to get ready, and I didn't put on any makeup yesterday. You know, when you just like feel a bit better for having on makeup. So the first question is how to reject a boy in a nice way. Like, this is always going to be an awkward one. The thing is, it depends like what sort of relationship you have with this boy. Like, if you're literally just friends and he's told you he doesn't like you, if you know deep down there's literally no way that you and this guy could have a potential, say it straight up. Don't be rude. Like, there's just no need to be rude, is there? Because he's obviously got a lot of confidence to have to say that to you. Oh my god, they're literally in my bag. Boys, stop it. I probably do the whole like, oh, that's really sweet, like that's such a nice compliment and thank you so much for letting me know, but I'm just really not looking for anything at the minute. I don't think I'm ready for a relationship. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's very standard, but oh my god, the color difference, that should be illegal. It's a very standard answer, like a very typical answer, but at the same time it's better than me like, haha, I don't like you back. Do you know what I mean? But then say if you guys have been like talking for a few weeks or like a month or whatever, you just know it's not going anywhere and you can tell the guy is feeling something else. I really think instead of like letting it get deeper and deeper and like holding it off too long because you don't know what to say or you're too nervous to say something, I would just nip it in the bud while you can and just be honest to him and be like, hey, like I think you're a really nice guy and you know it's absolutely nothing to do with you, like it's not you, it's me. Do you know what I mean? But I just thought I needed to tell you that I just don't think this is going to work out, and like really try and make sure that they don't think it's anything to do with them, because that would literally be like my worst nightmare. Rejecting someone, that's so sad. Like, I would hate that. Like, imagine being in their position and try and do it as nicely as possible and like try and keep a friendship with them if they can do that. Like, depends how deep in you are, I guess, but at the end of the day it's never going to be a nice conversation either way. How to know when you should leave a relationship. The thing is, if you're even questioning it and contemplating leaving a relationship, then I don't think you should be in it. I mean, obviously there's things like minor issues that in the moment you're thinking like, oh my god, I can't deal with this anymore, I don't think this is for me, and that might just be because you're not having the best day or something, or like it's just not right timing. If you know those thoughts are always like that solid for like a week and you don't feel any differently, like I would just dead it. Like, seriously, get out of that relationship. If nothing is ever good, feel like you guys aren't compatible, like it's not working out, why would you stick around and get in deeper? And you might get attached to this person and you might already be attached, you might be with someone for a really long time to the point where they've like changed and they're not the person you like fell in love with, but you're like so attached to them, and like you don't want to get to that point. If they're not the person you want to be with and they're not making you the happiest you can be, then don't be with them, because at the end of the day there will be the person out there that can make you really happy. You need to just do what's best for you and like get out of it as soon as possible. And maybe it's not that they're doing anything wrong, maybe it's literally just that you're, I don't know, you don't feel the same way anymore. Obviously that's really not the best feeling, but at the same time it's the best for both of you, just like doing it as soon as possible, if that makes sense. Bye, best boyfriend.
Bye, best girlfriend. See you later.
I love you, bye. I can't remember what question I was answering. Harold, get away. Oh my god, one of the dogs has taken my tampon over to the bed. Herbie, no, that's not yours, that's mine. Did I finish that question? Basically, if you don't think you guys are working out for whatever reason it is, whether it's because something's changed or you just don't feel the same way, it's better to just get out of there as soon as possible. And obviously it's not going to be nice for either of you, but it's still the best thing for both of you. What's the point in being in a relationship that's literally not going to make you feel like the most amazing human alive? Like, that's the whole point, to like have like your other half to make you feel like so like have this insane connection, and if that's not there, then you're just like doing it for no reason, and that is pointless. Say if it was like just the start and you met them like as they are now, and you felt as you are now, you wouldn't be with them, so why carry it on? Do you know what I mean? Any tips for periods at school? So obviously, like, if you start your period at school, that is unlucky. I think probably most people start their period at school because it's like around the age you do, and like most of the time you spend is at school. Do you know what I mean? I think, you know, when you probably get to like 11, I don't know, I'd say the average age you start your period is probably around like 12. I don't know, maybe like when you're like 10, 11, just ask your mom or like a big sister or a friend that's a bit older or something, or your friend's older sister or something, if they could get you just like a pad and like, or like maybe a couple of pads, and just put it like in a little pouch in your bag and just like keep it in your school bag. And then if ever you're in the bathroom and you have a little surprise, you can always deal with it, and you don't have to be embarrassed, even if there's nothing to be embarrassed about. If you went up to somebody and asked if they had anything on them when you first start, like that would be embarrassing, I feel like, depending on like the sort of person you are. Like a lot of people would find that really like cringy and awkward to ask, but if you're prepared, you don't need to worry. Like obviously most people know it's gonna happen sooner or later, but like they aren't prepared enough to like have the things on them ready for it because they don't know when it's gonna happen. I'd say probably just do that. And in general, say if like you know it's that time of the month and you have your periods at school and like you're really heavy, I would just make sure to take, I'd probably put in a tampon and a pad, because say if like you're in a lesson and like you have to keep asking to go to the toilet like every lesson, like I wouldn't want to keep asking every lesson to like go to the toilet. Like I don't know, I just think I'd be a bit embarrassed. Oh my god, Herbie's chewing my tampon. Herbie! So I'd probably put in a tampon and a pad at the beginning of the day. Anytime you do actually need the toilet and you go, change it again. Even if it's like not full, like just change it again, because every little helps, you know what I mean? And then when you have break, change it. When you have lunch, change it. Change it as soon as you get home. But I would just say make sure you put in a tampon and a pad, because if you do that, then any leakage from your tampon will go into your pad anyway. So there won't be any issues like with leakage and stuff. And maybe just like bring an extra pair of pants every day anyway, just in case, like if it is really heavy and you haven't had any chance to go to the toilet and change or something, then like you can be prepared if like you have had a massive leakage. I don't know, you'd rather have that than like have to like walk around all day with blood in your pants. Do you know what I mean? I've definitely done that. Like it's so easy to do. Like, you know, sometimes you just forget to change and then it's like, shit, what do I do? Well, if you've got a spare pair of pants and then you just change your tampon or your pad or whatever, then you should be fine. How to deal with or get out of toxic friendships / like friendship groups. I don't know, I think this is something that everyone's probably gonna have to go through at some point in their life, because friends change, friends come and go, just come and go. And it's like one of them things, isn't it? You know, it's horrible because you have so many good memories together. You've probably been through a lot together. You've done a lot of things together, spent a lot of your life together. But again, it's similar to the relationship thing. Like sometimes friendship breakups can be worse than relationship breakups. Sometimes, you know, it won't even be addressed. Like it might just be like a drifting thing. And if you know that person is toxic, they're probably not going to accept what they've done. Do you know what I mean? Like they're probably not going to like own up to it, because they're going to sort of know what they're doing. But like it's probably just like in their DNA. Do you get me? Like that's just them as a person. There's no changing them. Like there literally isn't. Like there's no point in you saying it, taking it on board, being like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, or like you telling them and them not taking it on board and then nothing happens. Like you're not gonna change them at the end of the day. So if you know they're toxic and they haven't been a good friend to you, I don't need to sit here and tell you what makes a good friend. Like you guys know what makes a good friend. Do you know what I mean? They need to like hype you up. They need to have your back through thick and thin, make you feel good about yourself. I'm actually stealing my sister's bronzer right now. I hope she doesn't mind. Oh, that's not a bronzer, that's a highlighter. You need to be able to trust them as well. Like honestly, if you know your best friend like is telling people stuff that you've told them in confidence, they need to be cut out. Or if you feel like you can't tell them something because they're gonna go and tell someone, like that is not a good friend. You know, maybe keep them as a friend, like, you know, someone you can go out and have a laugh with and stuff, but someone that you can't talk to about everything like in your life is not going to be a good friend, because they need to like be just as involved, wanting to care about your mental health and what's going on in your life as much as they're expecting you to be for theirs. Like it's 50-50. Do you know what I mean? To deal with it, I would just say if they're your best friend, drift from them a bit and make them your like friend, so that, you know, you don't rely on them as much. Even if they're your only best friend, you're better to be on your own with no negativity than with somebody always like pecking away at you, making you feel shit. Like it's just not worth it. And eventually you will find your person. Like there is someone out there that is gonna like actually treat you as you should be treated. So don't think like, oh my god, they're my only friend, like I'm not gonna have anyone, because because if you don't, that's fine, you're better off without them anyway, and eventually like you will find your person. Someone said how to shave down there. Now don't get me wrong, I'm no pro. I would say it's quite difficult, like getting in all the nooks and crannies, do you know what I mean? What makes a huge difference is actually using a fresh razor. Like obviously don't change it every time you shave, but like I don't know, every few shaves like change your head of your razor, because genuinely like having a fresh sharp razor is so much better than a blended one. Like it makes such a difference. Get like that soap that like lathers up. Don't get one that's sort of like gel, because that's, I don't know, it's not going to do the best. Like proper like get it watery and like really lather it up on your skin, like use loads. While it's still soapy, I would like shave downward, going in the direction of your hair, because if you do it in the opposite direction while it's like a little bit longer, I don't know, it's going to be really uncomfortable for you. And sort of try and get like all of them ones, like the ones going down, and then do like the diagonal way. Get it at a slight bit of angle, but still not so that it's literally going like against it. Then when there's just like a few left, go up again. Then obviously you want to do like underneath and everything. So this may sound really click off right now. What might be a good way to do it is like, you don't want to cut yourself. Like I am so clumsy. No matter what I do, I always end up cutting myself anyway, because it's just who I am. Like it's literally in my blood. I'm gonna cut myself no matter what I do, because I'm just so clumsy. But if you sit down, obviously everything's gonna be like way more like stretched out. Like sit down in your shower or in your bath or something. Obviously you probably sit down in your bath anyway, but everything's gonna have like a much like wider surface area, so you have much more room to like not make mistakes, and you can probably have a much more of like a clean shave. So I probably suggest doing that. Obviously if you don't want to shave, don't do it. If like, you know, you're getting sexually active and some guy's like, ew, you're so hairy, or like ew, and making you feel like not confident and that you should shave, and like you've never even thought about it before, like don't, like please don't be like, okay, it's literally hair, like you have hair everywhere, like what, like what, do you know what I mean? It literally makes no difference at all. It's just like, I actually prefer being like more neat, because when I'm wearing like leggings and stuff, if it's long, it literally like pokes through my leggings. No, like through my pants and stuff. That is, I don't want that. It's uncomfy for me. I don't like it. I literally pile on my bronzer like, you're done, you're done. My boyfriend doesn't post pics on his social media. Should I end it? I wouldn't say end it. My boyfriend doesn't post pictures of me, and I literally post them all the time. But then again, I literally like post probably like 5 times a week, and he has never posted an Instagram post in his life. Do you know what I mean? I guess it just depends. Like if you're someone that loves posting with your boyfriend and he doesn't post at all, probably really doesn't mean a lot. I just think it depends on the person, because if they're someone that's really posy and posts everything else in their life, like post everything they do, post everything they get, post everywhere like that they're going, but then like they don't post you, like that to me is a little bit spooky, because I'm thinking like, why? Do you know what I mean? But if there's someone that just doesn't really post anyway, like they're not a really social media person, I don't really think it has anything to do with you. I think it's literally just like, that's just them. Like I would never like think it's weird that my boyfriend doesn't post me because he doesn't post. Do you know what I mean? You know, if he posts everything, then maybe be like, I think it's really weird that you don't post me when you post everything else, because what are you trying to hide? You know, you don't hide anything else, why me, sort of thing. And if he's like, I want to keep our relationship private, be like, well yeah, it's still private. It's not exact shoving me in everyone's faces if you just post like a photo of us together doing something. Do you know what I mean? You just want to make sure they're not hiding anything. If you think it's for a specific reason, maybe look out for other red flags as well. Like if he's hiding when he's like going on his phone, if he doesn't let you have like his passcode, not that you really ask for someone's passcode, but like if he like doesn't let you see when he's putting his passcode and stuff, then you probably need to start thinking about it a bit more. But if it's literally innocent, like I really won't think about it. Guys, I literally have 499k on TikTok, and I'm 1k away from 500k, and when I get to 500k, I'm announcing the winner of the baby boy. I'm doing a YouTube video. What is wrong with him? Can you not see that I'm working here? I'm working, bitch. When I get to 500k, I'm announcing the winner of my giveaway. So again, if you guys haven't entered my giveaway, you've probably got like a day until I'm announcing the giveaway winner. So go and enter on my Instagram. All the rules on how to enter is on there. You need to like follow my TikTok and my Instagram, and if you subscribe to my YouTube, it's an extra entry, and if you tag loads of friends, like repost it on your Instagram story, it's like 3 extra entries. So I would go and do that right now before I get to 500k, because then you could win my amazing giveaway. It's literally insane. Hello little boy. Pads or tampons and how to insert them. I way prefer tampons, like genuinely. I feel like everyone sort of starts out on pads because they're just like way more convenient, easy, less intimidating. I don't know, they almost seem like a little bit like sexual when you first like use it. Do you know what I mean? Like you're putting something inside you, like that's a bit scary. Like you feel like it's gonna hurt, but it doesn't. And if it does, then you're probably doing it wrong, because they really shouldn't hurt, because you're downstairs like your food. I call it foof. Your foof does like open like and it will like mold. Do you know what I mean? Like it shouldn't hurt you and they're really not that big. I'm going right here from Herbie chewing it. So yeah, I'd say tampons literally because I hate feeling like got something downstairs. Do you know what I mean? But if I have a tampon, I literally can't feel it. Like genuinely, I don't think I've ever felt a tampon inside me. Like it is way easier for me. Oh my god, now he's trying to bury my brush. With pads, I feel like, for example, if you're wearing like leggings or something, which I literally live in, I feel like you can literally see them like you're wearing a nappy. Like I don't know, maybe it's just me, but when I'm walking I can like feel them and I feel like everyone can see them, which isn't even an issue, but I just feel uncomfortable. Do you get me? Since I've literally got a tampon right here that I won't be using, I may as well just show you how to insert it. So obviously you've got like this little tear here. Obviously every tampon's different. This is like the Pearl Complex ones, I think. Most of them will look like this, right? These are super for reference, and you open it up like this and then you like get a little click. So then like it doesn't easily push down, like this will then sort of be stuck out. You literally, like there'll be a string underneath, so you don't want to lose that string. And then you just like push it up and then the actual tampon will come out, like the cotton bit, and that like will go up you. Like you push that into you until there's like nothing left, like no more of this plastic stuff. That will like be held in your insides, and then you just pull the plastic down and then the string will be hanging out. So then this should be like sort of like at the bottom of your area, and then there'll be a string hanging down, so then when you need to change, you should just pull out the string and it will pull the whole tampon out. I just put them in the toilet. I don't know if you're meant to put them in the toilet. I think you're meant to put them in the toilet. Well, I've never had an issue putting them in the toilet. And people say you're not meant to sleep in them, but I have always slept in them and I've never had an issue. I'm not going to promote sleeping in them because I forgot that disease you can get, or that illness, or I forgot what it's called. But yeah, I'm not going to promote it. Maybe sleep in a pad. I think you're meant to change them every 4 hours. I sort of just change them when I feel like I need to. Like, you know, when you just know they're full and like they gotta be leaking soon. When do you think someone should lose their virginity? Don't base what you do off what I say. Like, everyone's life's different and it's completely up to you at the end of the day. Like, I don't really want to put an age on it because I really do think it's down to the person. Like, everyone's different. Everyone like encounters different things in their life at different times. But if you're with that person at a young age and you feel comfortable with them and you've been with them for a long time and they feel comfortable, then I'd like go for it, because at the end of the day, if you guys both want to do it and you both feel like happy to, and like you don't feel uncomfortable, I think the main thing is if you feel uncomfortable, then just don't do it. Like, it's really not a big deal. Like, it's really not a big deal to say no, like at all. That will be something that you'll be so glad you did in the future. You're not ready and you don't want to, like, you don't have to. Like, really important for someone to remember, like, always, like, until you feel 100 million trillion % okay with it and comfortable, like genuinely okay with it in every aspect, like you're happy for that person to do anything with you and like see every part of you, like that's when I think it's like okay. And you know, obviously I wouldn't say like 12 years old, but I'd say like if you're like 15 and above or something, you guys are both happy to go for it, like why not? Do you know what I mean? It's something that everyone sort of want to experience at one point anyway. If the time is right, then the time's right. Like, I feel like the more you put it off, the more uncomfortable it makes the whole, like it makes it a bigger deal, and then it makes it a little bit more awkward. Do you know what I mean? But like the sooner you get out of the way, like the better, right? I don't know. Our period's really bad. Obviously everyone's experience is different, but for me, like genuinely no. Like, to know I'm getting my period, obviously I know because of the time of the month usually. By the way, if you've started your period and you're like 3 years down the line and you get your period at completely different times every month, or like you don't get your period for 3 months or something, literally don't worry. Like, that is so normal for like the first few years to get irregular periods. Like, sometimes I get irregular periods now, like I'll be like a week or 2 out or something, and that's so normal. But if you do get that, like really don't stress about it. I used to miss like 4 months and then be like, am I okay? No, what's going on? But genuinely, like, it really is okay. It's just like your body adjusting and stuff. But yeah, for me, when I'm like approaching my period, I get like a few more spots and stuff. So like, say for like the week before, I get more spots, and then like 2 days before, for the last 2 days before my period, I get really emotional. I don't know what it is, but like I tend to get really down, and then I get my period the day after and I'm like, ha, it'll make sense now. Do you know what I mean? I think I look way too orange. See, like, some people get it really bad. I really do feel for the people that get it bad, because it's like, you know, they can't help that they get it. They get like really bad period cramps to the fact that where the point they can't like move. Some people get really like sick and stuff. I'm so lucky with my periods, to be fair. I think I've had cramps once and like it was horrible. So people that get that consistently, like, I'm sorry, like I really am sorry. It really does just depend on the person, but for me, not too shabby. But mine are like horrendously heavy, like horrendously honestly, like, I have to change all the time. The amount of pants I've gone through because I leak within like 20 minutes is a nightmare. Like, I constantly have to be thinking about it because I'm just like, oh my god, like I can just feel it when it just like all like gushes out. So gross. How to not compare yourself. This is such a difficult one because I feel like in this day and age everyone does, which is so toxic. Like, how, like, why, how, what has happened to this world for that to happen? Like, I just don't understand. I'm so itchy. Whenever I put on makeup I get really itchy. Whatever it may be, body, personality, hair, followers, lifestyle, like whatever it may be, you have to remember that you're not them and they're not you. You don't know what they're doing to have that, to be like that. They're not doing what you're doing. Jealousy is such an ugly trait, and to be jealous of someone is like such like a wasted emotion. It gets you absolutely nowhere. Change that jealousy into drive to like think, right, they've got this and they've done this to get this. Fair play. I want that and I'm gonna do this to get that. And whether what they did took 10 less steps, so much easier to get it, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, everyone's different and you've probably got something way easier than they got really hard. Do you know what I mean? So never compare yourself because you don't know the rest of the story. Like, you're only seeing like a snippet of something and not the rest of it. I have loads of discharge. Is this bad? Obviously discharge is not bad. Like, if anything, well, not even if anything, like, it's good to have discharge because it's just the way that you clean yourself. Like, all it means is that your body's doing its job and it's working properly and it's cleaning itself how it should. Oh god, you scared me, Herbie. Obviously, if you notice like a big change in it, like it's changing color, the consistency's changing, or the smell's changing, it's probably usually not a big deal. But if you notice it's like a lot different very rapidly, then maybe just like go to the doctors just for like peace of mind, just to like check everything's okay. But obviously different times of the month your discharge is going to be different, just because your body's like cleaning itself out more than others because of different reasons or whatever. But if it starts seeing like changing a lot or like an odd amount, maybe go to the doctors about it just to like make sure, like double triple check, you know what I mean? But no, discharge is completely normal and never be embarrassed by it. If your pants get stained a bit, like it's really no big deal, like it's just what happens. And go get yourself some like £1 Primark pants and that'll really make you feel a little bit better about it, because then at least you're not wasting all your money on pants. Someone said how to say no to nudes. Honestly, literally just say no. Like, have no shame, and I think this is such an important one. It's your body. You do not need to let anyone have access to that, even if you're in a relationship and you don't want them to have your nudes purely because it makes you feel uncomfortable. Like, you know, they might be like, why? Like, we literally, like, I see your body all the time. Well, it's like, I don't want my body sent on like pictures, you know what I mean? Like, once they're out there, they're always out there. That one might save them, and even if they seem like the most sweetest of humans, you never know what they're going to do with that. But at the same time, babe, like, if you are sending your body because you have trust in that person, stop shaming people for sending their body. Let's shame the person receiving it that's like sending them out and showing other people. Because I'm not being funny, if you put that much trust into somebody, you've just been shut on. If someone's like showing that and sharing that photo around, that's going to be horrible for that person. So it is ultimately up to you. But if you want to say no, I don't want to, like you don't need to think of a way to say no. Like, you don't need to be nice about it, just say no. You know what I mean? But no, I don't want to. And if they don't force it, then like, they're done. They're done. I've just eaten loads of Bourbon, so please excuse if you see any like brown in my teeth. But that is gonna conclude my video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give this video a huge thumbs up, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. All my social medias are in the description box below, so please don't forget to go and check them out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys, I love you all.